Welcome to a special edition of Olmsted Overheard. I'm your host, Mark McCausland. With Election Day just around the corner, I had an idea that thankfully was able to come to fruition. I wanted to do something a little different for this episode. I reached out to every candidate running for office here in Olmsted Falls and Olmsted Township and invited them to share a short audio clip. Another dedicated chance to speak directly to you, the community. What you'll hear in this episode are the voices of those candidates who responded and were willing to share their message. Think of this as your one-stop, quick listen to hear from as many of your local candidates as possible, all in one place. If you are looking to just hear from the candidates running for a specific office, check the timestamps provided in the description of the episode. Of course, I still encourage you to do your homework. Listen to full interviews that I've done with some of these candidates, reach out to them directly, watch the footage from the Meet the Candidates night, and ultimately learn about who you're voting for and why you should vote for them. But most importantly, go vote. Local elections matter more than most people realize, and this is your opportunity to have a real say in how our community moves forward. Election Day is Tuesday, November 4th, and every local vote truly matters. So, with that, let's hear directly from your candidates in this Olmsted Election Special, right here on Olmsted Overheard. Before we get started, a quick note about the logistics of what you'll hear. I just want to acknowledge that I made several attempts over the past few weeks to contact every candidate on the local ballot here. If you do not hear from someone in this episode, they either didn't respond to my outreach or they chose not to participate. I wanted to make sure that everyone had an equal opportunity to be included here, and I do appreciate the candidates who took the time to share their message with the community. We will be hearing from candidates in the following order. We're going to start with the Olmsted Falls City Schools Board of Education, or the school board. Then we will hear from the Olmsted Township Trustees. Next, we will hear from several candidates running for Olmsted Falls City Council. And finally, last but certainly not least, we will hear from the two candidates running for Olmsted Falls Mayor. And with that, we will get right into it. Here are your candidates for Olmsted Falls City Schools Board of Education, also known as the school board.
Hi, I'm Amy Lauderdale, and I'm running for Olmsted Falls City Schools Board of Education. My husband and I have called Olmsted Falls home for 14 years now. Over the years, I've had the privilege of being involved in our district in a variety of ways. It started back when I was a student teacher at Falls Lennox years ago, where I saw firsthand what makes this community so special. Since then, I've spent countless hours volunteering, working alongside teachers and staff, and partnering with our leadership team on committees like the Key Communicators Group. These experiences have really given me a solid understanding of both the strengths that we have and the challenges we face. I firmly believe that every student has unique talents and potential, and every single one of them deserves the chance to explore, develop, and celebrate those talents through a high-quality education right here in Olmsted Falls. Our schools should be places where students are prepared to thrive, whether that's in college, a career, or serving the community in another way. I want to make sure that every student walks away ready for whatever they choose next. As the only female candidate on the ballot, and with two women currently finishing their terms, I think it's important to recognize how valuable representation is also. It's about diversity of thought, experience, and background, and ensuring that all voices are heard, especially those of women and parents. I'm not just a parent who's involved in the schools. I bring a solid professional background to the table as well. I graduated from Ohio University with a degree in communications and business administration, and then went on to earn a master's in education from Baldwin-Wallace. That program gave me a deeper understanding of student learning, instructional practices, curriculum, and data-informed decision-making. I've also worked as a student affairs advisor postgraduate level, helping college students develop leadership skills and set themselves up for academic and professional success. I've had experience as a substitute teacher and teaching assistant right here in Olmsted Falls as well, which gave me firsthand knowledge of what's happening in a classroom from both the educator and student perspectives. On top of that, I spent nearly a decade in human resources, handling everything from personnel management to policy development. That experience has helped me develop strong skills in managing people, navigating complex issues, budgets, and making data-driven decisions. skills I know are crucial when it comes to overseeing a school district. Beyond my professional background, I've been an active volunteer in our district for over a decade. I've logged countless hours in PTA leadership roles, including serving as president of one of our largest units and working on the district's PTA council. I've also partnered with our district leadership on various committees, all with the goal of strengthening the connection between our schools and our community. These experiences have helped me build strong relationships with students, staff, and administrators. It has given me a deep understanding of what's working well, but also where we can improve. Olmsted Falls is a community that thrives on connection and tradition. I want to make sure that our schools continue to reflect that, where every voice feels heard and every family feels valued. As a resident, I've seen how our community has grown and changed, and it's clear that we need to be careful stewards of taxpayer dollars while maintaining the high level of education that makes families want to move here in the first place. It's crucial that we balance fiscal responsibility with advocating for sustainable funding that allows every student to thrive. I want to ensure that all of our kids have the opportunities to find their strengths, feel valued, and be prepared for whatever comes next in their lives. As a parent, a professional, and a dedicated member of this community, I believe I have the experience, perspective, and passion to help our schools continue to grow and succeed. I'd be honored to serve Olmsted Falls City Schools on the Board of Education. Thanks for your time. Thanks to Mark here at Olmsted Overheard for the opportunity to share a little bit about myself, and I look forward to working together to make our schools even better.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Patrick Antos, and I'm running for Olmsted Falls School Board in 2025. So here's a little bit about me. With 15 plus years experience in workforce development, training and development, leadership training, and education curriculum design, I feel like I have the experience, knowledge, and understanding of what it takes to help make sure that Olmsted Falls Public Schools stay strong. On top of that, I have a 17-year-old daughter who's currently a junior at Olmsted Falls High School. So why should you vote for me? Well, I think you should vote for me because I do believe that public education is the bedrock for student success moving into the future. And I also believe that Olmsted Falls Public Schools should continue to get the budget and support they need in order to make sure that our students get everything they want, like the arts programs, the sports programs, the tutors, the educators, the advisors, the counselors, and all the help they need when it comes to getting great test scores and either going out of college or getting a job when they leave high school. It's also important, too, to have somebody who's going to fight for you and be your voice when it comes to what the state of Ohio is doing currently to public education. It is not right what they're doing. They're trying to privatize education and make sure that they no longer have to worry about paying for something that in the Ohio Constitution says every single person deserves. Public education is always something that not only the federal Constitution and the Ohio Constitution believes every single person has the right to. So if you vote for me in November, I will make sure that I hold our politicians accountable and any other people, including our superintendent, accountable to making sure that our schools stay strong and that our students get everything they deserve. I appreciate you listening, and I look forward to getting your vote in November. Thank you.
One candidate running for school board did not elect to participate in this episode, but it's worth noting that this year you can vote for up to 3 candidates for the Board of Education, and there are only 3 candidates running for the Board of Education. Moving on, we will now hear from the candidates running for Olmsted Township trustee.
Howdy, I'm Bob Perez. I'm running for Olmsted Township trustee because I believe in this community, in the people who make it strong, and in the future we can build together. I bring with me years of public service experience, serving on the Olmsted Falls Board of Education and the Olmsted Township Board of Zoning Appeals, along with the leadership values I gained as a proud United States Air Force veteran. Yet, every conversation I've had throughout this campaign has reinforced that we all want the same thing: a safe, connected, and thriving Olmsted Township that keeps its small town feel. When I talk with residents at their doors in local businesses or around town, I keep hearing the same priorities come up again and again. People are concerned about too much housing, raising taxes, and the challenge of maintaining our township's unique identity. These concerns aren't numbers or policies on paper. They are personal. They come from families who love this community and want to make sure that growth does not come at the expense of what makes our township special. That is why I am committed as your next trustee to lead with integrity, transparency, and collaboration. I'll always listen first, and I'll always work to find common ground, because the best solutions come when we bring people together. Collaboration is key. It is how we build trust between residents and township leadership. It is how we support our schools and small businesses. It is how we make sure our safety forces, the men and women who protect us every day, have the training, equipment, and resources they need to do their job safely and effectively. I also believe collaboration means working closely with the neighboring communities while staying true to our own identity. We don't need to become another Strongsville or another North Ridgeville. Olmsted Township has its own character, its own pride, and its own way of doing things, and that is something worth protecting. As a trustee, I will focus on responsible development, preserving our green spaces, and maintaining a balance between growth and quality of life. We welcome progress without losing who we are. That is why this campaign has always been about community. Because when we work together, when we truly listen to one another, we find out we share more in common goals than differences. I am not running just to hold a title. I'm running to serve, to lead with respect, to bring people together, and to make sure that every decision we make keeps our community moving forward in the right way. So I ask for your vote on November 4th to be your next trustee. Let's continue to move forward together with collaboration, transparency, accountability, and pride in the place we all call home. Vote Bob Perez on November 4th for trustee.
Hi, my name is Chris Anagnostopoulos. I'm running for the office of Olmsted Township trustee. I have been a resident for over 22 years, where I own a beautiful home in our lovely township. My wife and I have raised 4 of our kids. Through our school system, through our community, we have stayed active with Kiwanis, PTA. I look forward to serving my community. As for my background, I am a letter carrier for the United States Postal Service. I also am a union steward, a union representative for my branch. I'm the health benefits coordinator for my branch, where I help over 3,000 members, active and retired, navigate through the healthcare selection process and any issues they might have with their insurance, including Medicare. I am also the food drive coordinator for the National Association of Letter Carriers for the whole state of Ohio, where I help every branch and post office get on board for our one-day food drive. In that single day, we raise over 1 million pounds of donated food. All goes to local communities, including Olmsted Falls and Olmsted Township. I have been looking forward to serving my community for a very long time, and I have great ideas and look forward to helping those residents in need.
One candidate running for Township trustee did not submit a recording. For Township trustee this year, there are 2 open seats and 3 candidates running for them. Moving on, we will now hear from candidates running for Olmsted Falls City Council. We will start with candidates running for individual wards, and then we will hear from candidates running for one of the council at-large seats. Starting in Ward 1 of Olmsted Falls, the candidate running for council in Ward 1 is running unopposed and did not elect to participate in this episode. So we will now move on to Ward 2, and here you can hear from one of the candidates running for Ward 2.
Hi, this is Jacqueline Bartkowski, and I'm running for Olmsted Falls City Council in Ward 2. With election season here, I want to remind all of us that every vote matters, especially in our local elections. So take a few minutes to look over the ballot, learn about the candidates, and understand where our tax dollars are being directed, including the proposed renewals for city services like our police and fire departments. I'm running because I believe our community deserves leadership that listens, asks good questions, and makes thoughtful, transparent decisions. The direction of our country begins in our towns, in how we show up, how we vote, and how we care for one another. Let's make our voices heard this November and keep believing in the power of neighbors coming together to build something better.
Ward 2 is a contested council seat. The other candidate did not submit a recording for this episode. Next, we will hear from the candidate running unopposed for the Ward 3 council seat.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brett Ifiola, and I am standing for election as an Olmsted Falls City Councilman in Ward 3. Thank you, Mark, for putting together this podcast. I have lived in Olmsted Falls for 17 years with my wife, Rachel, and our 4 children, all of whom currently attend Olmsted Falls City Schools. I am a professional engineer licensed in Ohio and a part owner in a mid-sized construction company. I am a literal bridge builder, both in terms of steel and concrete, and figuratively in being a connector between residents, City Hall, and the administration. I also have an MBA in business, so I feel I am uniquely qualified to understand the city's infrastructure needs as well as its finances. This is my first time running for public office of any kind, so it has been an interesting learning experience, so I would appreciate your patience with me in advance. I am interested in doing my part to protect the character of Olmsted Falls while helping guide smart growth over time. I have served on the City Planning and Zoning Commission for the past 12 years, and although the name of the commission implies a certain SimCity-like planning, it mostly acts as a judicial board to determine details of developments within Olmsted Falls. This is problematic because we are obligated to follow the code, which is essentially the law, in terms of what developers can build on land they own or control. One of my goals as councilman is to proactively reconsider the nitty-gritty details in zoning that we want Olmsted Falls to be, and feel that I am uniquely qualified to serve in this way. I am also willing to continue serving on the Planning Zoning Commission if the new City Council is so inclined to reappoint me to the commission. I am painfully aware of the concern that these several large developments have on our residents, and I have decided to act and be helpful rather than stand idly by. My intent is to learn how the city functions and ask a lot of questions. I am an eager learner. I am strongly interested and supportive of recreational opportunities for all ages, from the youngest kids learning to ride a bike on future sidewalk and trails, to young professionals, middle-aged folks, and seniors alike, whether it's enjoying a nature walk, taking their dog for an evening constitutional, or walking to a nearby store, which, of course, is economic development, and just meeting your neighbors. I plan to utilize my connections with Cleveland Metro Parks to engage in further discussion of how they may be interested in future trail connections within Olmsted Falls and also surrounding communities, and how the county greenway plan may someday be implemented in our city. I am also interested to learn more about our public safety and how I can support police, fire, and service departments. I intend to advocate to the new administration to redouble our efforts in grant writing to further stretch and maximize our limited dollars. This will require making match money available from our budget, but I feel this limited investment is well worth the compounding power of financial resources. Thank you again for your interest in our fine city of Olmsted Falls, and I look forward to meeting you around town. Again, my name is Brett Ifiola, and I humbly request your vote for Olmsted Falls City Council Ward 3 on November 4th.
The Ward 4 seat for Olmsted Falls City Council has one candidate running unopposed, and they also elected not to participate in this episode. So we will now move on to hear from 2 of the candidates running for Olmsted Falls City Council at-large seats.
I'm Jennifer Jansen, and I'm running for council at large in Olmsted Falls. After serving on our Park and Recreation Board, I was elected as council at large and served from 2019 to 2021. While on council, I faced opposition on key issues, like ending the residential tax abatement, creating a moratorium on new builds, supporting our residents' right to free speech, and helping our businesses during COVID. So in 2021, I ran for mayor. With no fundraisers, no direct mailers, no campaign manager or marketing consultant, I lost, but only by 30 votes. My campaign was truly a grassroots and word-of-mouth movement, for which I am very proud and humbled by. Here are 4 things I want to do. Number 1, I want to preserve and celebrate our heritage. I believe it is important to have community events that create generational memories. This starts by bringing back Heritage Days. This was a decades-long tradition started by Clint Williams, a man whose name deserved to be honored for creating the heart of our city, Grand Pacific Junction. In addition to the return of Heritage Days, I want to create historic murals and exhibits in City Hall, create an online audio walking tour, and install new historical markers throughout the city. Number 2, I want to improve our community spaces. Just as community events create generational memories, so do the places we share. Most notable, our covered bridge, which honors the life and sacrifice of one of our own, Charles Harding. The bridge itself has been beautifully maintained, funded mostly through the Harding Foundation, but more needs to be done. Specifically to the brick-paved area in front of the bridge, I propose a landscape design contest voted on by the residents of Olmsted Falls, one that incorporates the original sponsorship bricks. In David Fortier Park, new bathrooms, a trail map, new signage, and bike stations. In the Village Green, gates where the fence openings are by the playground. I've seen far too many parents chase a toddler who is trying to dash through one of the openings. In East River Park, exercise stations around the walking path, new signage, and bike stations. Also at East River Park, more lighting, specifically on the hill, where we all take our kids sledding. I don't agree that our parks should close at dusk, especially in the winter when the sun goes down at 5:30. Light them up, make them safe, and let them play. How do we make them safe? By using auxiliary park officers, who in exchange for holding their commission receive no wages. This is common and used throughout Ohio. How else do we fund these ideas? Through sponsorships, through renting our park pavilions, through selling calendars and greeting cards, and by paying back the money that was borrowed from our Park and Recreation Fund years ago. Number 3, I want to create an economic survey. We need constructive criticism from businesses that have either failed or left Olmsted Falls within the past 10 years. We need to know why they closed or left, the specific challenges they faced in Olmsted Falls, what might have helped them to succeed or to have stayed here. If they did leave, we need to know why it was a better choice for them to leave Olmsted Falls than to stay. We also need to know why it is that some business owners who live here and raise their families here do not have their businesses here. The answer to these questions should directly influence our future economic development strategies and support programs to attract new businesses and to retain our existing ones. Number 4, training our decision makers. We need to provide training to our elected leaders and the volunteers on our boards and commissions. Training should include fund management, blueprint and planning document reading, ethical conduct and conflict of interest, Robert's Rules of Order, and open meetings and public record laws. By training our leaders, we promote better decision-making, greater accountability, and a government that truly serves its people. I want to thank Mark for creating this podcast. Thank you, Mark. He is giving a voice to the people and has become our modern-day town crier. And I want to thank everyone who took the time to listen to this podcast and the others he has released. I hope you are inspired to get involved. There are many volunteers who are the foundation of our community and behind the decisions that take place. Words are very powerful, but I can only do so much. It takes courage to take action, and I hope you do. Thank you for listening. I'm Jennifer Jansen, and I'm running for Council at Large in Olmsted Falls.
Hello, my name is Megan Coy, and I have been serving as Council at Large for 2 years. I was appointed in October 2023 and then elected that November. I also work full-time as a registered nurse and have a master's degree in public health. I grew up in Northeast Ohio, but went to college and graduate school in South Carolina and worked in Florida as a health educator for 3 years before returning to Ohio in 2013 to pursue my nursing degree at Cleveland State. I purchased my home in Olmsted Falls 4 years ago and became a member of Olmsted Community Church last fall. As a member of council, I am proud of how I connect with residents and advocate for them. I listened to residents when they asked for an end to residential tax abatements and supported the original legislation proposed this term, being only one of 2 council members that did on November 12, 2024. I listened to resident concerns, seeking out the information needed to get answers and address those concerns. I am present in the community, attending Boy Scout events, speaking to a Girl Scout troop for their local government badge, supporting local businesses, and attending community events from the Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast to Best of Olmsted, Falls Day in the Park, and Memorial Day. My priorities, if re-elected, are to assist with the development of a new master plan, address the need for sidewalks to improve connectivity in our community, and work to improve communication with residents. With the development of a new master plan, I hope we can seek opportunities to collaborate with the Metro Parks and Cuyahoga County to improve our parks, protect green spaces, and add our link to the Cuyahoga Greenways project. We need to be thoughtful in how we balance growth and development with natural spaces in Olmsted Falls. Many residents have expressed a need for sidewalks connecting their neighborhood with the rest of the community, including on West Boulevard, Lewis Road, and Usher. I would like to see the city partner with Olmsted Township to address this issue where the communities overlap and seek grants or other funding opportunities to help cover these costs. My ideas for improving communication include updating our city website to ensure it is mobile-friendly and easy to navigate, and live streaming council and other community meetings for residents who may not be able to attend in person. I recognize that I work for you, the residents, in my capacity as a city councilwoman in Olmsted Falls, and I hope to continue that work. Please don't hesitate to contact me with any questions or concerns. You can reach me at my city email, mcoy, C-O-Y, @olmstedfalls.org, or my campaign email, coy4olmstedfalls@gmail.com. Again, my name is Megan Coy, and I hope to earn your vote for council at large on or before November 4th. Thank you.
There are 3 open seats for Olmsted Falls Council at Large. 2 of them did not submit a clip for this episode. However, before we move on, I do want to mention that one of those candidates, Gary Thompson, did reach out to me and we sat down for a full interview. So please keep an eye out for that conversation. It will either be released concurrently with this election special or it'll be out very, very shortly. That will be a great opportunity to hear directly from Gary Thompson in more depth. Now, lastly, is your opportunity to hear once more from the 2 candidates running for mayor of Olmsted Falls.
Hello, my name is Chad Gluss, and I am running for mayor for the city of Olmsted Falls. I have 28 years of experience in public safety and leadership, 23 of those years right here in Olmsted Falls. I am running for the mayor to serve the people of the city with integrity, dedication, and transparency. As a lifelong public servant, I believe in putting our community first, always. I'm honored to serve the community in my current role as a member of the Olmsted Falls City Council Ward 3. I'm the chairman of the Insurance Committee, member of the Finance, Utilities, and Service Committees, council's representative to the Southwest Community Health Systems Board of Trustees, and former Olmsted Falls Fire Chief. It is with strong enthusiasm and a proven commitment to our community I am asking for your support. My wife Kim and I have lived in Olmsted Falls since 1997. We are the proud parents of 3 daughters, Ashley, Megan, and Taylor. All 3 have graduated through the Olmsted Falls school system. I've enjoyed every moment of raising my family in this community. Many residents have not known any other home beyond Olmsted Falls. Some have chosen Olmsted Falls because of its charming historic district, Grand Pacific Junction, our beautiful falls, the safety, the spirit of our community, nature, and small town feel. To that, it is my intention to honor our community's past, to celebrate our present, and to look forward to a thriving future. I have an unmatched understanding of our city's operations. As a councilman and former firefighter and fire chief for the city of Olmsted Falls, I've seen firsthand every department's function and I have built strong, decades-long relationships with the police, fire, and service departments. I've also developed relationships with our finance director, law director, boards and commissions members, business owners, and community leaders. I am the first mayoral candidate that has been endorsed by all 3 labor unions and have significant support from our business community. I deeply understand the city's budget, services, and strategic partnerships. As a member of our city's finance, insurance, service, and utilities committees, and as our Southwest General Hospital's council representative, I have the knowledge and experience needed to understand our city's complex workings from the ground up. And this is why the experience of Olmsted Falls needs in its next mayor. I have voted on legislation to amend the CRA to remove tax abatements for new residential developments. I've co-sponsored legislation to create a moratorium on new residential developments. An impact study is completed, which included traffic, city resources, and impact on the schools. I will work to reduce the city property tax liabilities. I will strive to increase City Hall's transparency for residents, including adding live online viewing access to all city meetings. I'm a staunch supporter of the fire department, the police department, and service department. I'm a strong supporter in the community emergency response team. I'm adamantly opposed to tax abatements for any residential developments. I have and will continue to work on reducing the feral cat population, and I will strive to make Olmsted Falls a more walkable community. It is with a strong sense of responsibility and the abundance of appreciation that I ask for your vote on November 4th. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Holly Newman, candidate for mayor of Olmsted Falls. I'm excited to be a candidate for mayor because I was born and raised in this community, and I'm passionate about the city I love and live in. As a proud graduate of Olmsted Falls High School, class of '85, growing up, one of my family's core values was community involvement. I was taught to be an engaged citizen that serves the community to contribute to its success. This is how you know me. You know me because for the past 12 years, I have been trusted by the residents of our community as an elected official for the Olmsted Falls Board of Education. As mayor, I will continue to earn that trust by keeping the community well-informed and strengthening community engagement by seeking taxpayer input. I have executive leadership and management skills, overseeing a budget of $55 million, approximately 450 employees, and 3,500 children. As mayor, I will continue to support our safety forces to preserve our excellent safety rating and support our service department to ensure our roads are safe and parks are well maintained. I will commit to responsible planning by reworking the city master plan. With a committee of residents just like you and business owners, we will review every aspect of living in Olmsted Falls to establish a strategic plan for the future. You can expect me to build collaborative relationships with our neighbors and Cuyahoga County. Together, we will find effective ways to work that make sense. We will seek to enhance living in 44138. In addition, I will continue to remain tax sensitive and ensure all policies are fair and equitable for everyone. I will reject any new residential tax abatement. I will look for ways to reduce the tax burden on our citizens by seeking alternative forms of revenue to support our budget. Finally, and simply put, you can count on me to show up and work hard. In my tenure as a public servant, I've consistently shown up, absent only from 4 meetings in 12 years. I participate and volunteer at community, school, and business events. I am chairperson of the board for Meals on Wheels Cleveland West and was a past board member of the Olmsted Chamber of Commerce. You know me because I am present and engaged. You can count on me to put in the hard work representing you and the best interests of our great city. Thank you, and I look forward to your vote on November 4th.
And there we have it. That wraps up this Olmsted Overheard Election Special. First, I want to say a sincere thank you to all of the candidates who took the time to participate and share their message with the community. And beyond that, I want to express a thank you to every candidate on the ballot this year. Running for local office is not easy. It takes time, energy, and a real commitment to wanting to make Olmsted Falls and Olmsted Township better places to live. No matter who you support, please know that every candidate running cares about this community. I also want to thank you, the listeners, for taking the time to stay informed and engaged with this election. Your attention and your vote truly shape the direction of this community. I have heard several stories recently about how different election races in these towns, either for candidates or for specific issues, have been decided by less than 100 votes. So trust me, your vote matters. With that, as Election Day approaches, please go vote. Show up, make your voice heard, and help keep our local democracy strong. Election Day is Tuesday, November 4th. This is Mark McCausland, and this has been Olmsted Overheard.